So we already do. I'm going to let Tim come into that. They already do. You know, we already have that. We already have complex footprints that go, as I've said, into Sussex, into London, into Hampshire. We already work cross boundaries. No boundary works for any organisation exactly. And if we spend all of our time trying to marry up and get a perfect boundary, we will do nothing else and it will never work. This is about partnership working. This is about understanding how and where care needs to be delivered for people. But it's a political question, so I'm going to hand it to Tim.
Yeah, so
Yes, you're right. Jamie Hunt's just been selected for Godalming and Ash. I mean, I think, you know, you know, I live in the north of the borough as well. In fact, you know, and we lived in Molesey, and both my children were born in Kingston, and you know, I don't have any connection with or any relationship with Kingston Hospital at all, even, you know, through this role or at all. So you know, there's a very real plan, and we you know, we do struggle with the fact that we have patient flows in and out of this county, which makes it more difficult. But if you overlay the political system as well, then you have no coterminosity between wards, county divisions, parliamentary constituencies, and indeed, of course, we don't have coterminosity, but you know, between the Heartlands health system and the county. You know, the government, you know, there's a piece of work the government are doing around county deals, so they're recognising the historic county boundaries as a kind of defined footprint. You know, most people, I think, if you ask them where they live, you might say Hazelmere in Surrey. You know, kind of people recognise the county as has an identity. So I'm afraid there is no answer to your question. You know, there is a plea to government actually to, you know, and in Surrey, of course, we have 3 tiers of local government plus the parliamentary one, the constituencies as well. So it just makes it very confusing for people, you know, how you access those systems, where you go if you have a problem, an issue, and so on. But you know, I know there's a specific issue around Hazelmere at the moment, which we've been, you know, we've been trying to address. But I think you know, we just got to just be as clear as we possibly can. You know, who has that responsibility, you know, and the different responsibilities. Again, I mean, just on a council level, you know, when I knock on the doors on a regular basis, you know, I'm a county councillor. I have no responsibility for emptying bins, but I'm often asked, you know, about that. When I was a borough council, before I became county council, I was always asked about the roads. You know, residents don't understand, and they don't need to or want to understand the difference between all of these different layers. They just want to know who's going to do the job, and if they're not doing it, who they can go and speak to. So you know, we just, I'm afraid it's a system we have to live with until there's a kind of fundamental review. But I think that's why, you know, I keep coming back, and all of us keep coming back to you know, to looking at these things at that local level.